We're going to keep it boxing, and I'm going to say there's a lot of people who don't know really what's going on. You could blame whoever you want, but I'm personally not happy with Chavez Jr. signing with Haymon. You should understand why, because see, I can only go by the track record of Haymon. So if you don't know, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., 48-1-1, 32 KOs, has signed with Haymon. Powerful promoter. Yes, you might as well say he's a promoter. He goes by an advisor. That's a whole new position that he himself created. So an advisor is a promoter, a manager, a scout, all that just roll into one. So what you see is that Haymon fighters are very successful. Haymon fighters make a lot of money. Haymon fighters don't fight who we want them to fight. They say stuff to us like, well, I'm going to go back to my team, and then we're going to go to his team, and we're going to see if we can work out a deal. It's all about what he want to do. But then you'll have both fighters in different press conferences, post-fight interviews, saying that they want each other. And then they say, well, it's all about his team. When you know that Haymon is above everything when it comes to these fighters. Key example, Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson. They want to fight each other. Why won't they fight each other? Haymon won't make it happen. Lucas Matisse versus Adrian Broner. Perfect example. Fans feel that Matisse will slaughter Adrian Broner. Haymon is somewhat in tune a little bit, with knowing that, Adrian Broner, like, AB, you're not ready for that. So he keeps Adrian Broner away from Matisse. Why? Is because he knows that Broner is a hot ticket and Broner cannot take another loss right now. Let him fight 2 more fights, make a little bit more money. Then we're going to test him again with a rematch with Maidana, or a fight with Lamont Peterson or Lucas Matisse. Hell, maybe even next might be John Molina Jr. The matchmaking of Haymon is somewhat predictable. You can't predict necessarily the fighters that they're going to fight, but they tried to brainwash us when Showtime, Golden Boy, started doing the Richard Schaefer era, started putting on these stacked cards. Yeah, they'll be stacked, all right. Example, Mayweather versus Maidana 1. You got Mayweather versus Maidana, Amir Khan versus Luis Collazo, and then he thought he was going to get Mayweather off that, and then you got Adrian Broner versus Carlos Molina, not that Molina. So it's a stacked card. You get Keith Thurman versus Julio Diaz. You get John Molina and Lucas Matisse, and you think, wait a minute. You get Adrian Broner versus Emmanuel Taylor, Lucas Matisse versus Roberto Ortiz. But you're like, wait. You get Yoshihiro Kamagai versus Robert Guerrero, and then you get Jesus Soto Carras versus Devin Alexander. Wait, what? It's a trend. So even though, yes, these fights are good, exciting fights, if you look at it from the business aspect as I do, I look at it, okay, these are good, exciting fights to draw in new subscribers and make new boxing fans for people that watch Showtime. Because then think about a person who never watched boxing a day in their life, and they don't have HBO Cinemax or Stars or the Movie Channel or Encore. All they got is Showtime. So it's a Saturday night, and they're like, oh man, I want to wait for some Ray Donovan or some Penny Dreadful to come on. And then boxing is on, and then you see a guy like Rod Salka get knocked all around the ring. They're like, oh, what is this shit? You get me? It's marketing. You get me? So I can understand that point. But you have to also please your fans. Man, we all know Showtime has been on this warpath trying to catch up with HBO, trying to really take over boxing. But things kind of blown up a little bit. And, it's not looking like their plan is actually going the way they wanted to, especially with Richard Schaefer stepping down. I guess they thought he was still going to be around. But long story short, let me get back to Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. is good. I've done many videos stating that Chavez Jr. can do no wrong with me, and I'm a Chavez Jr. fan. Yes, he likes to get a little high. He likes to get a little high on pot. You know, yes, he likes to drink and drive around drunk. That's a no-no. Yes, he likes to just skip out on post-fight drug tests. I'm talking about no shower, no nothing. As soon as the fight go over, he go back and put a sweatsuit on like, come on, Pop, we out. Yes. But he's a draw and he can fight. As a pressure fighter, Chavez Jr. can fight. Now, we all know you put a guy in there that can move around him. Yes, it may be outworking. Yes. But Chavez Jr. is not a guy between 154 pounds and I'm going to say cruiserweight that you want to be in a corner against. You don't want your back up against the ropes against a Chavez Jr. Take nothing away from his ability. Dude hits hard. Dude will break you in half. And he got a chin. He'll keep coming. So, you know, that's double trouble. But we don't see enough from him. He fought Sergio Martinez in 2012. 2012. He lost that fight, but in just 2 rounds, he basically put an end to Sergio Martinez's career. Oh yeah, he fought him and he got his face smashed in, meaning Chavez. But Sergio Martinez has not been the same since. Hit him so hard that he blew his knee. You know, you saw that look of desperation and like go back and watch the fight. Now, what I'm going to do is on my Facebook like page, TCL Promotions is actually under a name change right now. Facebook has to approve it. It's going to be T Street Controversy Live. Link is right below. I'm going to post because people say I can't find Sergio Martinez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I'm going to share it on the page because that's the type of stuff I do. I want to say subscribe. All my videos, boxing articles are right down below. In 2 days' time, it is now 7:04 Eastern Standard Time a.m. Did I say that already? October the 4th, 2014. So tomorrow, the 5th and the 6th, you know, or the 5th or the 6th, then I will be in Atlantic City covering a press conference of Hopkins versus Kovalev. So basically, I want you to understand. At one point in time, you used to get something from me. Now you're getting full legitimate sources and facts. Example, I did a video 6 to 8 months ago talking about Chavez Jr. possibly signing with Haymon. I'm going to share that video. It's with the other channel I was with Into the Arena. I've talked about it. So what I want to say is, let's just say, okay, all right, what do you expect Chavez Jr. first fight to be at 168 pounds with Haymon? Think about it. And I'm gonna tell you who. I'm gonna tell you the type of caliber I think he would do. And not even once, but twice. We would see Chavez Jr. against a guy like Tommy Karpinski. That's the guy who beat Chad Dawson last. Or we'll see Chavez Jr. against a guy like Bad Bandina. I forgot his first name, but he's the guy that beat Jalen Love. Then he'll move him up a little bit. Maybe put him up against a Caleb Smith. And not put him up against Small Paul Smith, but put him up against Caleb because you know Caleb ain't ready. You want to think, okay, well, Carl Froch. Oh, yeah, that deal's still out there. Mikhail Kessler, Arthur Abraham, Paul Smith, George Groves, Anthony and Andre Durrell, Andre Ward. No. From the given track record of Alan Haymon and Alan Haymon Enterprises, Haymon Boxing, what has he shown us to believe that he's going to match Chavez Jr. tough? This is what I see from Alan Haymon. Every 1 in 5 fights, he matches his fighters tough in a fight where they're actually, okay, you have to overcome the odds in this. When you sign that Alan Haymon exclusive managerial contract or whatever it is, advisor to whatever it is, he makes all the decisions for you. He's going to market your ass. People don't understand that Alan Haymon is a promoter. And he's a promoter and a manager. Like, the endorsements these fighters get, those are thank you, Alan Haymon. We're not going to get into the Mayweather situation. When you see Corona, they got Adrian Broner, Leo Santa Cruz, you know, who else? I think Lucas Matisse on Corona bottles. That's Alan Haymon's doing, marketing. When you see the scary Mexican skeleton thing, that's Alan Haymon. I think it's literally him. I think that's why he's always like close to the action, because he goes and put his suits on. He just be out there like doing a little Mexican skeleton thing. But when you see, for example, I forgot his first name, but Kameda, when he fought this weekend, the dancers that come out with him, that's all Arum Haymon. Like, Arum Haymon is a music promoter. He promotes Lil Wayne concerts. I keep saying the same names over Drake, so I'm trying to get you to understand. You know, people like Mary J. Blige, Whitney Houston when she was alive, Jay-Z, Beyonce. Beyonce got beef, Jay-Z got beef with him because of Beyonce, and that's why Rock Nation and them can't. You get me? There's a lot going on. So it's hard for me to understand or believe that Chavez Jr. signed up with Arum Haymon is still good at boxing. People are saying, you know what they're going to say? They're going to say it's good that he left Bob Arum. Bob Arum was robbing him. How come everybody is suing Bob Arum? Mikey Garcia is back. Mikey Garcia is the one I actually think had a legitimate case against Bob Arum because Bob had him in some type of indefinite contract. But these are situations that you really got to go deeply research. Chavez Jr. was going to make the same amount, if not more, for fighting GGG with no contract extension, than when he fought Sergio Martinez. I just need you to understand that Chavez wasn't getting robbed. $6 million if he would have signed back with Top Rank. I believe it was till 2016. So you got to ask yourself, well, wait a minute. Is Chavez Jr. even worth $2.2 million? He walked away. All Bob Arum wants from him is that last fight. By the way, it's in litigation. You know, Arum Haymon is very powerful, but don't expect for Bob Arum to take a buyout from no Arum Haymon. Like, Bob Arum is not going down like that. If it happens, then that's big news in boxing. Why? It's because they're communicating and doing business. But as it stands right now, Chavez Jr. has one fight he has to fulfill with Top Rank Boxing. He thinks he's going to pull an Andre Ward and try to sit it out. Andre Ward, you can't do that. You can't just be like, all right, well, no. And like a boxing contract would have, okay, you got to fight this certain amount of fights in this certain amount of time. So he can sit out. He's still going to owe Bob Arum that one fight. Arum Haymon is the type of person that he'll tell like you, like Chavez, like, nah, like you're not fighting. You're going to fight this person. Is he going to make it or he's not going to make it? Simple as that. You know, then if you don't make it, you can't say that, you know, like that you didn't try to make a fight. But only time will tell with this NBC Sports deal, you know, and with whatever's going on with Arum Haymon signing up all these fighters, only time will tell. I've named the top fighters that he could fight, but it's all about if he can fight them. Now, Carl Froch, Mikhail Kessler, George Groves, Paul Smith, Arthur Abraham, they're all not involved in the boxing politics. But then if you look at an Arum Haymon fighter like Leo Santa Cruz, Rigondeaux, not anymore, Carl Frampton, Scott Quigg. I know I'm missing some names. No, not Vasile. But there's some names in the Leo Santa Cruz division that he could have been for. So, once again, you have to look at the track record of Arum Haymon and ask, like, why might I believe that, Chavez is going to be in these big fights? But going back to that pocket of people, it's a pocket of people that no matter what Arum Haymon does, like it's this Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather war that's just spewed into all other aspects of boxing. People ride with Arum Haymon because he's black and he's a Floyd Mayweather. He's the guy that promotes Floyd Mayweather, you know, and anything that Bob Arum does wrong, you know, they equate it back to Pacquiao. You know, like it's ridiculous now because there is some mind fucking going on. You know why I'm saying that? It's because Arum Haymon knows that the black people are going to support his fighters. You know, they'll be sitting there mad. I got homies that be like that literally, and I just don't be saying it's just a race bait or nothing like that. Literally, they be watching, but like, man, this fight corny and shit. Then you have somebody else like, yeah, but Arum Haymon take care of his fighters, so it's cool. Like, you're saying he can do whatever he wants, long as our brother's getting paid. Nah, man, this is sport of boxing. I'm not trying to hear that. Like, me as a black man, yes, there's a part of me that wants him to succeed, yes. But you're not going to just, I'm too smart for that. You're not going to just be forcing stuff down my throat when I know, like, I'm learning the business. If I'm saying I want to be a boxing promoter, I'm learning the business. Even when I'm not on camera, I'm researching shit. Reading about all these different laws and all that. I guess I keep trying to play the devil's advocate. I keep trying to give the benefit of the doubt. And I keep trying to say we just got to wait till 2015. We got to wait until this NBC Sports deal, this rumored NBC Sports deal turns up. If you haven't noticed, there's been all these Arum Haymon fights being made, fighter fights being made, at like the last minute. Why? Is because they got to fill those remaining dates of this year. We're hearing that there's a CBS boxing card. What is it? December the 20th. We're hearing that the first NBC Sports card or NBC Arum Haymon card is going to be in February. We know that Kathy Duva of Main Event Boxing, she promotes Sergey Kovalev, Curtis Stevens, 2 miles adamant. We know that her NBC Sports deal is up. We know NBC, of course, is trying to bring back some boxing. Al Haymon has been on a signing spree, and also Al Haymon has been building a staff. He's been building a staff. So if you look, well, see, you're not going to go research this stuff, and I guess that's what I do. If you go and you research, like Al Haymon, he's been hiring people. So you got this Haymon Boxing Company, that's real. That's in Las Vegas. But it's no official formal announcement yet. And I'm thinking, well, Al Haymon, is he going to try to run his company in secret too? Like there is a Haymon Boxing. You got photos of guys like Sergio Moore and Robert Guerrero in front of the Haymon Boxing sign. But I'm thinking, that's like, did he just become a promoter, or what is this? What is his plan? What is this? And that's why he can be judged so easily, because he don't tell us what his plan is. So he leaves us to assume. That's just like a woman. If you don't clear it up, you keep leaving people to assume. They're going to assume whatever they want. Al Haymon can just come out and say, well, my plan is to sign up the boxers and have the best fights in 2015 that could possibly be made. But he don't like talking to the public. So I don't like when people try to do sneaky shit like that and then expecting, nah. Long story short, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I gotta show y'all something. Listen. I'm getting rid of it all. I'm getting rid of it all today. Long story, I was doing some messed up stuff and my life ain't been the same since. But I'm literally, right now, going to go walk these 600 feet away from here. And I'm going to smash it into little bitty pieces. You got to watch my videos to understand what I'm saying. T Street Controversy Live.